This show is brought to you by the This Old Nerd store, powered by Amazon.com. Visit store.thisoldnerd.com. Find everything we've talked about and so much more at the store. Plus, since it's powered by Amazon, it's safe and secure. Buy from the This Old Nerd store, you get tech, we get a commission. It's win-win. Welcome back to This Old Nerd. I'm Ayaz Akhtar, and today's project's a bit of a weird one, kind of a nomadic nerd. It's live streaming from your car while being able to hear people chat with you. I know that sounds a little crazy, but here's how this project came into being. I had to move from one side of the country to the other side of the country. And people can fly easily, but not pets. I have two large dogs, and you can probably see them right now. Look, there they are. They are gigantic dogs, well, as far as the airlines are concerned. And to travel with them, not so easy. So either I could sit in a car for days with these guys and drive from New York to Petaluma, or I can use Pet Airways, which flies from New York to LA. Now the problem is they don't fly to San Francisco, so I had to go from LA to San Francisco. I flew to LA, picked up the dogs, and then got in a car and drove north for 8 hours. And while my dogs are quite friendly and loyal, they are not very good conversationalists, so that's why I wanted to do a live stream and chat with my friends, and that's what I did. And I'm going to show you how I did that right now. Now you may be asking yourself, why would I do this project? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you can. That's why we do a lot of things. Here's what you're going to need for this project. You're going to need a laptop, and if it doesn't have a 3G connection, you're going to need a way to get internet. That's a MiFi. You're going to need a way to keep it powered. That's this power inverter here. And you're going to need a way to attach it to the speakers in your car. We have a tape adapter because our car is really old, but you might use Bluetooth or something like that. Now before you start getting into your car and start setting up all your gear, you should set up your laptop first, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We went to ustream.tv. Come on over here. We're going to hit go live. You know, you sign in with your credentials, you hit go live. It's going to say, okay, there's some steps, okay? You're going to have to do this thing. And it says you can't be a pirate. And you wait, and you wait. It says it's going to ask for permissions. You want to hit allow. Again, you want to set this up before you start in your car because this is kind of dangerous while you're driving. Now it's saying you got a flash update, so you need to do that kind of thing, so you wait a second. So this is the kind of stuff you want to make sure you start taking care of before you start driving. Now, of course, because we're trying to show you how easy this is to do, it completely and utterly failed. Let's explain what had to happen. Some flash updates, fine, no problem. But the real problem that was going on with Ustream is that it was looking at the wrong video source. So we changed that. I wasn't even aware that there were multiple video sources in this thing because it's a laptop. It's got one camera, but according to Ustream, there's two Google camera adapters. Well, I don't know why. Set it to the USB video class video, that's what they call it, and boom, it's actually working. That's right, it's a Mac. I said boom. Then, you're not going to use the chat program that's built into Ustream or Justin TV. What you're going to do is use Twitter. Well, that's what I did anyway. So what I told people on Twitter was, if you want to talk to me, @reply me and I'll hear you. Now, how do you make that happen? You use a program called Growl. Now, Growl for OS X is a notification system. Now, a lot of people use it for those little pop-ups, and so you can see, hey, look, somebody came on Skype, or they showed up on Twitter, or whatever. That's not what we're going to use it for here. It actually has a feature that does text-to-speech. So, how do you make that happen? Here's what you got to do. We'll go into our preferences in the Twitter app, then go to notifications. In there, you'll set mentions to Growl notification. Then, you'll go into your Growl preferences, which are located in System Preferences. Go to the Applications tab. Then find and select the Twitter application. Then click Configure. Under Applications Display Style, choose Speech. Now, when you get an @reply, you'll be able to hear it. Piece of cake. Now, if you're really going to stream like for 8 hours between LA and Petaluma, assuming you have a great connection the whole time, remember that you're going to be eating up bandwidth like crazy, okay? So if you don't have like an unlimited plan or something with a really high data cap, you're going to get really unpleasantly surprised when one, either you run into your cap, or two, get stuck with overages fees. So just kind of check what you got. So unless your laptop has some crazy battery life, you probably want to keep it plugged in. Now your car may have regular outlets, mine doesn't. So that's why we have an inverter. That's why we showed this before. And also, since we were using a rental car, no guarantee that there'll be a plug in there. So what an inverter is, this is a very simple device. It turns DC power into AC power, or current actually, alternating current from direct current from your car. This just plugs in. Come on over, I'll show you how this works. Real simple. You take this adapter, you go to your power outlet. That's set. Then you just plug in your laptop to this. All right, so we've got our laptop hooked up right there. Look, there it is. You can see the camera mom right there. So we need a way to hear stuff, and this is a tape adapter. Well, this car has a tape adapter. It doesn't have an aux jack or Bluetooth or anything like that. So if your car has an aux jack or Bluetooth, you're going to need a different system.
Ours is a simple, old school CD adapter. That's what this thing was for. This goes into the headphone jack, and now when people @reply us, we can actually hear it through the car speakers. There's one small problem with this setup. It's not designed for multiple @replies at the same time. So if you get @replied, like 3 people do that at the same time, well, it's going to try to read it all at once. So you just hear a bunch of garbled speech and you have no idea what that person says. So I suggest to you that you be ready to play moderator and say, you go first, and you go second, and you go third. So what about that whole partner acceptance rating, right? Well, that kind of depends. Is your partner in the car? Because if he or she is, and you're not paying attention, you might run into a fight. Maybe. I don't know. But in my case, since my partner was way up in Petaluma, and I was traveling from LA, it was a nice way to keep tabs on me. Plus, I didn't have to, mess with the phone and keep checking, hey, is this okay? Oh, this is going, no. She could just @reply me, and I could just say on the live stream, sure, that's a great idea. Let's put the towels in that closet. Now, if you've been wondering, hey, Ayaz, when are you going to get your hands dirty on that new house of yours? Oh, projects are coming. Just stay tuned, stay subscribed. You'll see some crazy stuff coming up relatively soon. But that pretty much wraps up this episode of This Old Nerd. I'm Ayaz Akhtar. Remember, ask yourself this question: how's your tech life? Because it could be better. I'm leaving now.
You did this instead of unpacking?